What's up, guys? It's Patrick here, and today we're back with another top 5. And in this episode, we're going to be covering the top 5 trolls in Call of Duty Zombies. If you guys have any suggestions for top 5s, you can tweet at me at TheSmithPlays, link down in the description. But let's get into this video. Coming in at our number 5 spot, we have an equipment that was implemented by Treyarch in Black Ops 2 Zombies, and that is the EMP grenade. Now, this thing is intentionally designed to be a troll. Number one, when you throw it out of box, it is just awful. Basically, it closes the box. So let's say you got a ray gun and your teammate decides to throw it at the box. You no longer have access to getting that ray gun, which is really, really annoying. It just makes me so mad about the game. And it really is like a great intentional troll. It's funny, it's whatever. But this thing is actually just a legit troll when you really think about it, because, we got a new equipment and everyone was so excited. Like, oh my God, there's the monkeys. Like, what can they top, over the Gersh, the QED? Like, how can they top this? And then they come out with this thing called the EMP grenade, and you're like, okay, that sounds really familiar to something familiar in the multiplayer, and it actually is in the multiplayer. And you're like, okay, well, what does this do? And all it does is slow the zombies down for a bit until you make an aggressive movement like shoot or run or jump or anything like that, which is like, really? That's it? That's all it does? So it kind of works as a two-way troll. Not only is it a legitimate intentional troll, but it also is just a straight up troll to all the players out there. Coming in at number 4, we have one of my favorite trolls that Treyarch put into their maps, and those are the 2 jump scares on Origins and Mob of the Dead. This thing, to me, is really, really funny, and it's a nice troll. It's funny, but it's really awesome when you're trolling your friends. So basically how it works is you have to get a sniper and look at these specific areas. So as you see right here, I look over up towards this building, and all of a sudden, there's this like face that jumps out at you, and you have audio on. It's actually quite frightening if you aren't expecting it. You're just like, you go up and you tell your friend like, hey man, check this out, and they look at it like, oh Jesus. In that sense, it's great. It's great. But what I love is just the fact that they decided to put this in. Like, they didn't need to. It's just something random. But that's what I love about Treyarch. They always are just putting in little trolls like this, little Easter eggs that make the map more fun. And to me, that's something that I've always appreciated to them. So this isn't really something to me that bothered me about the map, that was like, oh my God, they're trolling so hard. But at the same time, it is like, okay, if you're trying to troll a friend or something and you already know about it, it is hilarious, and it always makes for a good surprise if no one's ever done it before or someone hasn't done it before. So decent troll, but I think it definitely deserves a spot in at number 4. You have no ammo, no perks, and 950 points. Your only option left is to hit the box. So you spend that last 950 points hoping against all odds that you get that PPSH, that ray gun, that friggin' MG42. And what do you get? But you get a bad gun, you get a Springfield, you get a War Machine, you get an SMR. That's right, guys. Coming in at number 3, we have bad guns. One of the biggest trolls Treyarch has decided to put into their game are these terrible guns, especially in Black Ops 2. They're like, yeah, let's add the SMR. Decent gun in multiplayer, so you get it, and you're like, yeah, this thing's gonna be decent. No, it's so awful. It is insta-death. It doesn't shoot straight. It just is weak. It's horrible. Then we got this other thing called the War Machine, when you're like, damn, this thing's sick in multiplayer again. It's called the War Machine, must be a beast. So you start firing it. Little do you know that it doesn't shoot impact grenades. It actually just shoots straight grenades, making it one of the worst guns of all time. It's just awful. So I don't know why. I know Treyarch loves to troll us, but man, like the bad guns are just one of the worst things to ever happen in the history of zombies. For months at the beginning of Black Ops 2, we begged Treyarch, please give us PhD. We need it. We can't live without this beautiful perk. So what did they do with the first DLC, Die Rise? Well, they implemented it all right, but they didn't make it accessible. Coming in at number 2, we have false perks. So, Die Rise, as you see here, we got that PhD. And then what did they decide to do? The next DLC, Mob of the Dead, they're like, yeah, we're going to give you PhD in grief. But worse than that, they gave us Mule Kick and PhD on the actual Mob of the Dead map. But again, made it inaccessible. Oh my god, Treyarch, why do you hate us so much? This was like one of those things that's just like, we need PhD. And then again, you didn't put it in at buried. It was just like this side perk that you sometimes have as a perma perk. You finally put it in on the map that needed it least, on Origins, because why would we need it on Origins? We have staffs, we don't really need it that much. Treyarch, you're killing me. And coming in at number 1 on our list of the top 5 trolls in Call of Duty Zombies, ladies and gentlemen, we have the OG troll, the teddy bear. So, you're playing zombies, all is well. You know where the box is, it's right in front of you. You're hitting it, got, 5,000 points, good to go. And what do you get, for God's sakes? You get that teddy bear, that smiling little dickhead of a furry critter. And what happens? But you get a nice little laugh to go along with it. Tee-hee! You gotta go somewhere else. It's not game ruining, but it's just inconvenient. So tee-hee! Ha-ha! Gotta go somewhere else. Why? Like, it's not that necessary. It's not like it greatly inconvenienced me, but just a tiny little bit, enough that I'm like, oh my god, Treyarch, like really? You're not funny. I mean, sometimes the teddy bear can be awful and you can die. Sometimes it's just a minor inconvenience. But that's the thing, and that's what Treyarch is all about. They're just all about those, we're gonna get you, but just a little bit. I don't imagine that Jimmy Zielinski or any of the other makers of Call of Duty Zombies are listening to this, but if you are, I want you to take that teddy bear and shove it up your